welcome to a
hot buttered review of
Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
Are they still calling it Episode 9?
Yes.
Because Disney took the episode title off.
That's what we're calling it at work, so shut the fuck up. No, I'm kidding.
I just call it Rise. Kind of like the Rise and Shine Biscuit at Hardee's.
You know, I've been trying to figure out what you would call these. Because you know how they call Return of the Jedi, Empire, Sith, Clones.
Jedi.
That's my thing. What the fuck do you call Last Jedi?
Jedi.
We're going to call it Last, because it's going to be last on everyone's ranking list.
We'll call it Shitty Jedi.
Shitty Jedi. And then Awakens, and then Rise. Or Skywalker.
This is a spoiler review. We're not going to do that bullshit, but let's just make it all spoiler.
Yeah.
I don't even want to fuck with it.
If you don't want it spoiled, fuck off.
Turn it off now. Now. Do it now. Okay. So Rise of Skywalker, previously on Star Wars. Fuck that. We're going to throw that out the window. We're just going to...
That was one of my favorite parts. Because pretty much the entire movie is just like, no.
Apparently, Emperor Palpatine has started a podcast.
Yes. He is now Mark Maron. He also has a few cats.
He's... just out of nowhere, that there's been no build-up toward Palpatine in this trilogy.
You know what that...
and then this movie opens with... Hey, a transmission from Palpatine came from deep space.
Do you want to know why there wasn't build-up for Palpatine?
Because Snoke was going to
there
be
wasn't supposed to be a Palpatine. But then Rian Johnson fucked it up and killed Snoke.
Yeah, to put it into a perspective, this film is an answer to fix what The Last Jedi did, because it pretty much this movie shits on The Last Jedi.
Like my favorite part is the whole like the lightsaber breaks it in half at the end of Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And when we get to it, that's never mentioned. The lightsaber's fine. They never even bring it up.
Well, you got that, and then they retcon Rey's parents.
Yeah. Well, they did a retcon, but they're still like, oh yeah, I said that, but I just didn't explain it.
And they it's like... It's some Obi-Wan shit, like, your father's dead, but what I told you was true
just
from a certain point of
true.
view. Now, I want you to try that with your significant other. When you get caught in a lie, you drop the Obi-Wan line and say, hey, honey, what I told you was true from a certain point of view. And then you'll get stabbed with a knife.
And also, the whole... I was thinking about this today. You remember at the end of Last Jedi, that ending fucking shot of that kid who was sweeping and he just looks at the stars? No fucking... never brought up.
It's gone.
It's just, okay. Why?
Which comes to the main problem I have with this whole trilogy. Because this isn't just going to be a review of them. It's going to be the whole fucking trilogy. Is that there was no plan going into this. Have you ever heard the game Telephone?
No.
It's where you tell a story to someone and then they take it over and so on and so forth. That's what they did with this. And that's the dumbest fucking idea I've ever heard in my life.
No, because that means there would have been some... Yeah, that's kind of what they did. But
it's like... They started a story and here, you take it. And it's like, you start the story and then you've got that one dumb cousin
who's like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to fuck it up.
Yeah. And then you get the story back and you're like, all right, you killed all the characters and you really didn't leave me anything to go with. So, Palpatine. Yeah, it's all Palpatine. Whole fucking thing.
Which... that I think, and I'm not mad about Palpatine or anything. It's cool, but the whole reason that happened is because he fucked up.
You needed a bad guy,
and I love how they show where Snoke came from within 5 minutes. The Emperor's
There's literally a huge candy jar of Snokes.
And the Emperor just made him, and they made him in control the whole time.
I think the Snokes are a parting gift to any guests at Palpatine's house. Like, here, why don't you take a Snoke?
It's almost like
Take one with you.
It's almost like the toys. Because remember the fucking toys were everywhere?
Yeah, fuck, there's piles of toys everywhere.
Yeah, there's piles of Snokes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I know it's not JJ's fault, but like, you just made Snoke completely fucking worthless because of this. Like, even more now that we know that he's just like, oh.
My problem is, we didn't get any backstory why the Emperor's back. He's just like, I'm back, and he looks better. He looks better. No. His face isn't as pruny.
He looks shittier to me.
Well, he's blind.
He still looks shittier.
But he doesn't look as pruny. It's almost like Ian McDermott was like, yes, I'll, because Ian McDermott talks like the Emperor all the time. Yes, I'll come back for the role, but I'm not wearing the makeup.
Well, you don't really get a good look at him.
Yeah, but you can see his cheeks. He looks more like Darth Sidious in The Phantom Menace.
Oh no, he looks fucked up.
Well, his eyes.
I'm not talking about that. He looked fucked up.
And he's got some stubby fingers.
Yeah, his finger fucked up too.
Yeah.
Which I'm going with because he pulls an Xavier. You realize that? He pulls a fucking Professor X.
I'm just back.
He's like, I have my ways. He says that. He says there's some unnatural way. Like, he fucking says that, which I'm not mad at. It's better than showing some. It's like showing the Kessel Run. Just, we don't need to see it. It will just add more bullshit to a movie that
that's
is already
the thing.
kind of full.
There seems to be a need to fucking explain everything now. And
That's my point.
I'm getting tired of it.
That's my point. You didn't need to explain it.
So, I don't even know how... There's just so much plot to go through, which is another problem.
I didn't have that much of an issue.
This is 2 movies. It's 2 movies fucking plot.
I did not...
There is too much plot.
I didn't see it. I really didn't.
There's too much shit going on. There is.
Not really. Jesus fucking Christ.
This fucking door keep opening.
What? What?
She's texting. Okay.
It didn't feel like it was that big of a deal. I never had that.
Everything felt rushed. It felt rushed, and we actually got new characters, which
Yeah, that was stupid.
We
That
didn't.
was pointless.
we got 2 main characters now.
We do.
Oh yeah.
Just didn't get explanation.
Well, let's
Lando.
we got to put Lando in there. You killed everybody.
Not talking
else.
about that. I'm talking about before. I'm saying there's characters all the time that aren't that well.
Yeah, but he was fleshed out, and Lando didn't show up in the last fucking movie.
Jabba used to show up in the last movie until
Yeah,
Lucas is like, fuck it.
Yeah, but Jabba's fucking awesome. The controversial, for some reason, Rose Tico is pretty much, hi, I'm here, and that's it.
She's still more useful than she was in the last movie.
She got about as much screen time as Carrie Fisher, who was dead. Just throw that out there.
I will say this, Leia's death was...
They cobbled that together.
They had to, though.
It's
You had no choice with that one. Really.
it's rough.
You had
I
to
know.
kill her.
This movie has so much going against it. I liked it.
I think you're nitpicking a bit, personally. The Leia thing was dumb. You had to kill her. She should have died in the last movie.
Oh, you mean when she got blown up?
That should have been it.
Yeah.
Although I did like that they included that she was training to be a Jedi.
She's got a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that.
Oh,
And that gives some kind of explanation for why she could do that in the first place. Not saying it's okay that happened in the first place, but like it at least gives some kind of explanation stuff. Oh, all of a sudden she can do this. Like,
so there's a well, they had to put that in there because it'd be like, oh, she just Mary Poppins her ass.
well, that's my thing. And even then, it's still fucking stupid. But like, at least there's a little bit of explanation for it. Like, oh, she had been training. It's not just all of a sudden, hey, I can do this shit.
Question with the whole, because apparently Jedis can now heal people.
I don't give a shit about that. I mean, we had force projection in the last one.
No. Wouldn't it? Couldn't Yoda had healed up Anakin a little bit when he got his fucking hand cut off? Like, come here, I'll. Oh.
I don't think you can heal an entire fucking hand.
Yeah, but he could have done a little medical work.
You didn't need to. You got a robot hand.
It's fucking Yoda. Well, we haven't talked about Mandalorian. Great show, Baby Yoda. Buy that merch in March. Where the fuck was he?
Baby Yoda's not going to be.
Well, that's going to be the next Star Wars movie. Rey's going to be an older woman, and this adolescent Yoda shows up. And
I think Baby Yoda's going to fucking die.
And
I think everyone's going to fucking die.
No.
They won't do it. You know why? They don't have the fucking balls to, Disney. You don't have the fucking balls.
They killed Han Solo and Luke Skywalker.
That's because Rian Johnson's a fucking idiot.
Well,
and because Han wanted to fucking go.
Speaking of which,
I am shocked he came back.
Han Solo
He also mentioned that
shows up.
For hallucinations, it's convenient that all of them just happen to think about, oh, he grew his hair out. You know
He does have longer hair.
Because Han has longer hair. Luke has longer
Harrison doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm not cutting my hair for
Luke has
2
longer
minutes.
hair. Luke has a little longer hair.
Well, I guess you can't find a good barber in death. So,
I'm not going to say Han wasn't a Force Ghost, though.
No, thank God.
He was not a Force
Thank
Ghost.
God. Here's my theory on Harrison Ford being in this movie.
I think it's just Kylo's conscience.
I think it's because Carrie Fisher died. I think Carrie Fisher was supposed to be in that scene, which would have made sense because we never got to see her interact with Kylo.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was supposed to be a Force projection.
So, I'm thinking JJ walks into Bob Iger's office and says, I think I figured out the issue we have with Carrie Fisher dying for this scene. And Iger's like, well, what is it? And he says, it's going to take a lot of zeros and a lot of commas. Because, fucking Harrison Ford got a mint to come back.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Now he's doing Call of the Wild.
So, to sum it up, Kylo gets, teased by the Emperor to, run the show. The Emperor has this fleet of Star Destroyers. But this time, the Star Destroyers all have planet-killing capabilities. So they're all like little bitty Death Stars.
Which is awesome.
So essentially, we're destroying the Death Star 1,000 times in this movie.
That's the thing. We talked about that before the movie started. We're he's had time to sit there and build a fleet of Star Destroyers. There's a fucking Death Star somewhere.
They're all Death Stars.
Which is a cool way to do it if you think about it for the end.
It's kind of like Inception. Death Star Inception. It's just
Death Starception.
So there's holocrons or whatever the fuck those things are called for the Sith.
The triangle things? Yeah.
Which you can buy at Disney World at Galaxy's Edge. So if you want one to find your own Emperor, check it out. I believe they're $49.99. Just like the R2-D2 popcorn bucket I saw last night.
God.
Yeah. So Kylo, he's, they go to the old Death Star, which isn't on Endor. It's on some other moon in the Endor system. So they go there, they're looking for this thing, Rey and Kylo fight, and Leia,
I think it was insinuated that she was trying to force project.
And then she dies. But instead she distracts her son, and he gets killed. But wait! Doc McStuffins Ray heals him up, he's back, and she splits. She literally carjacks him. Or shipjacks him. We skipped a lot of the plot, but there's a lot of plot, and I think we can, get the gist.
We're getting the basics.
Luke shows up as a Force ghost. She's throwing away her lightsaber. He catches it. He's like, that's no way to treat your lightsaber, which is like here, let me shit on the Last Jedi a little more.
Well, and then I want to mention how they de-aged Luke and Leia.
I don't think they de-aged them. I think they digitally put in shots from the original trilogy.
I guess they could have.
Because it looked too good.
There's a Luke Leia training scene.
And it's in the dark, so I think, you can blend that in real easy.
Yeah. And that was, like I said, that was more explanation of Leia being a Jedi, and they gave her own lightsaber. Which...
I guess we should tell them the big reveal. Rey's parents were nobodies.
They were Palpatine's...
Yeah, not Gramps.
So is the mom his kid or is the dad his kid?
The dad.
The dad is Palpatine's kid.
Which begs the question, who is Sheev Palpatine fucking?
No, okay.
And where is that movie?
Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. So, how old's Rey in this movie?
I call it 20.
20? Okay.
Call her 20.
So, and how old do you think she was when she got dropped off?
She was like 4? 5 maybe?
She's pretty fucking...
she's
mobile
4 or
for
5.
5.
She's 4 or 5.
Okay, we'll put 5. So, making the parents... So, 20 minus 20 years would put us like... Probably like at the cusp of after Jedi.
20. There's 30 years. If she's
just
20,
10
she was
years
born
after.
10 years after Jedi. So let's say the parents are 25. So the parents would have probably been born
Between Empire and Jedi.
No, they would have been born before that. They would have been before. If you call them 25, 15 years from about 10 years before Star Wars.
The original?
Yeah. Because that's like a 3 to 4 year period.
What if? Well, and Palpatine's on life support the entire time. From the looks of it.
Yeah, he's like, I know you've never seen it, but Space Hunter, Adventures in the Forbidden Zone.
No idea.
He kind of reminds me of that fucking guy that's hooked to a machine.
What if
it's
they,
Michael Ironside.
What if they tried to clone Palpatine and that's who this is?
What, the son?
Yeah.
Possible.
I'm going to go with that.
How the fuck you get a conscience, though?
What do you mean?
And that's the other thing.
Well, they cloned Palpatine in the books before.
Here's my other thing about that. Apparently the son was never trained in using Force abilities.
Maybe that can't be cloned.
Well, if it can't be cloned, then how would Rey get it? If she doesn't have it. If Dad doesn't have it, how's he going to pass it on?
Maybe... Okay, this is dumb. I'm digging too deep into this, but like...
Yeah, we are.
Maybe, like, when it's artificially created, it's not going to work, but like when...
That doesn't make any sense.
Since Rey will have been naturally created, it works. You get what I'm trying to go with here?
Here's my thing. They knew he was on Jakku. But they took his word for, oh no, she's on Jakku. I don't fucking know. I don't know. She's Palpatine's granddaughter. So she's a Palpatine. So she's Force Ghost Luke and Force Ghost... A lot of fan service in here, such as when Luke raises Rogue, or Red 5, out of the water. And she takes that to... It's a Sith world.
Sounds like Hexagon, but I don't think it's quite Hexagon.
It starts with an A. And then she goes in, and there's a big battle. Yada, yada, yada. They win. I'm just getting through this.
Kylo dies.
No, she dies.
She dies. Kylo saves her.
And there's the big kiss. They kiss, and then she dies. Or he dies. He dies. Lando's there. For a minute there, we thought Chewie was dead. I think that was what pissed people off the most last night. Was, you killed fucking Chewie? Fuck you! No. It's a red herring. Chewie lives.
And he gets a fucking medal.
He gets the medal. Okay, this whole movie, everyone's like, I was bowling like a baby through half of it. I'm like, I'm just stone cold. I guess I'm a serial killer or something. Till Chewbacca gets that fucking medal. And I'm like...
Well, he didn't get the medal in the original trilogy, and Leia doesn't hug him in Force Awakens. Yeah. And JJ regrets the fuck out of that.
You know that's Han's medal.
Oh, yeah.
That's the medal he got. Which is a Christmas ornament at Hallmark.
God. You think they released that knowing people would want it?
Oh, hell, I wanted it before I saw the movie.
Well, yeah.
And then Rey skedaddles and moves to Tatooine. Because I grew up on a desert planet. Why not go to another one? And she goes back to the Lars homestead. And some nosy woman shows up. She buries... They call it Luke's lightsaber. It's Anakin's fucking lightsaber.
And she buries Leia's.
Yeah, she buries them both together in the Tatooine desert. Some nosy old woman comes up and says... There ain't been anybody here since that kid burned his aunt and uncle to death.
Then,
What's your name? Rey. What's your last name?
Skywalker.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
And she makes a lightsaber. Which I think is the first movie with a yellow lightsaber in it.
I thought somebody had one in the prequels. I seem to remember an action figure with one.
I do not remember a yellow
vaguely
one.
remember
I know
it.
they did green. I know Kit Fisto had green.
Yeah.
And then
Qui-Gon
had green.
Obi-Wan's was blue.
And then
Luke ended up with a green one.
Anakin's first one was green.
That was blue.
Who had a green one? Because one of them had a green one.
Qui-Gon.
No, either it was in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, Anakin's was always blue. I'm pretty damn sure.
One of them had a green one.
I don't know. I like to think that because there was a backstory that said Obi-Wan Kenobi was a hoarder of lightsaber parts. I like to think that Luke went to his house to build the one in Return of the Jedi, and there's parts from all these fallen Jedi.
That's probably where it was.
Yeah. But, and then Mace Windu had purple.
Yeah.
Because he told George Lucas he wanted purple, and Lucas like, well, nobody has a purple one. And
well, I have one, motherfucker.
Well, Samuel thought that was the end of it.
Yeah.
And then he went to see something, and he's like, motherfucker, that's purple lightsaber. But yeah, and then it ends with the twin sons, just like the last movie that ended with the twin sons, the Revenge of the Scythe. So how do you feel about The Rise of Skywalker?
Better than the rest of the trilogy.
See, I'm a little... I can't pick. I can't decide if it's this one or The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens... I'm not saying it's bad. I just think it relied too heavily on fan service.
And this one didn't?
It relied on fan service, but not entirely.
There's a lot of fun. Wedge fucking Antilles is in this. I shit. And then in the theater last night, I'm like, I'm bruising my wife. That's Wedge fucking Antilles. He survived both Death Stars. He's the only other guy besides Luke. Well, fuck. He's the only guy that survived both Death Stars. Because Luke was, I guess Luke was technically there, but he wasn't flying.
Chewie?
He was just killing his father. No, Chewie was on Endor. Nice try.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
But
fucking
Chewie fought in all three wars.
Mm-hmm.
So
He finally got a fucking medal.
Yeah, 3 fucking wars. Here's your medal. He finds out Leia dies. He's literally fallen to the ground in grief because he's like, oh, Jesus Christ, this whole fucking trilogy is me watching my friends die. Oh, fuck, there's Lando. Are they going to kill him too? They don't.
I like how they built up the whole C-3PO thing in the trailers, and then no.
Oh, everyone thinks he's going to die, and then... Oh, all they do
My
is...
first laser battle!
Yeah. All I do is like I did when I put that new hard drive in the computer. I fucking re-uploaded everything from the cloud. Apparently R2-D2 is the cloud.
His storage isn't reliable.
He has the entire Imperial network on there.
God.
I don't know if he got it when he was plugged in during Star Wars, or if he got it from the Pirate Bay, or what happened, but yeah.
Got off Pirate Bay.
I'm going to look at that Imperial network. 47,000 gig.
God.
Yeah, I can't really pick one. I'm torn.
This one had more cool Jedi shit.
Well, yeah. Well, Rey wasn't really whatever. You know, she was just learning.
In Force Awakens.
Yes, we're not even talking about Last Jedi.
Because Last Jedi is a piece of shit. Moving on.
And
And even Force Awakens had more cool Jedi shit than Last Jedi did.
I'm trying to think. You know, it was nice seeing Luke.
He didn't do anything.
And in this movie, he's like, "Oh, I was wrong in the entire last movie. I was afraid." Retcon. Even though they say they didn't retcon, they retconned it. Shit.
They retconned it.
I think that's the problem. Is that you had to fill all this shit in
They soft retconned it.
to fill in the story, to fill in the gaping hole you have in your trilogy. So that's really the downfall, and it's not JJ's fault or anything about. It's just they had to course correct. I kind of. It's kind of like, you know, Force Awakens. You're driving down the road, and then Last Jedi. Oh fuck, I'm in the wrong lane, and then you turn real hard to get back in your lane. That's what this movie was.
Well, I keep telling people this. JJ set up Force Awakens with all these questions. He's like, okay, can it get answered? Somewhere in the middle or at the end.
I still didn't get my question answered.
No one gives a fuck.
I give a fuck. I want to know how a lightsaber ended up in the basement of a bar.
Fuck it.
I want to know.
Fuck it.
I don't want to have to read some book or a comic book or watch some show.
That's what you're going to have to do.
I
Fuck
just-
it.
No.
Fuck it.
I shouldn't have to study up on your fucking movie.
Oh, yeah, no. You don't have to study up on that, though. That's extra shit that no one cares about.
I care.
Having to study up on a movie...
Don't fucking tell me, well, that's a story we'll address at another time. Fuck you. And guess what? There's another wasted fucking character is Maz.
Well, yeah.
Okay, she's got a bigger role in the first movie. She's a fucking cameo in the second movie. And in this movie, she's just filling in what Leia couldn't do because Carrie Fisher died. That was her job.
Pretty much.
Yeah, at the end of this, we're going to rate all Star Wars movies.
Yeah, I already know what's last.
You don't know?
No, for me. And for you, but I already know.
You don't know what my number... What the... Are we doing all of them?
It's a...
Or are we doing just the Skywalkers?
Skywalker saga.
We'll just do... Oh, that'll be easy. That's cake now.
Well, I know what's last. For me, anyway.
I know what's first.
For you?
I know top 3.
I know top 3.
I'm pretty gold standard.
I think in top 3 we're gonna be switched for one of them.
I don't know.
But let's do this.
But yeah, so did you enjoy the film?
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I just noticed there's problems. But I had a good time. I came out of the theater happier than I did with The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi was an utter disappointment. I think The Last Jedi, are you ready for this bold statement?
What?
It's the Rocky V
That's fair.
Of the Star Wars series.
'Cause-
Or Spider-Man 3.
And I agree with this for one reason. It gave us the single worst scene in a Star Wars movie I've ever seen. And you know exactly what scene it is. At least you should.
I do. What scene is it?
The fucking Mary Poppins scene.
Oh, fuck.
That was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because nothing has topped that. I can't think of a single fucking... Even a Jar Jar scene that is worse than that. Not one.
Jar Jar's the guy who put the Emperor in power.
I know.
But yeah, and I was thinking about it on the drive home last night after seeing it the second time. I've already seen it fucking twice. I'm running on about 9 hours sleep the last 2.5 days. Because we watched it at midnight on Thursday, then at 6 o'clock. Well, actually 6:30 because AMC ran a half-hour fucking trailers. I saw it again. And I was thinking about on the way home, you could go through this and skip The Last Jedi.
Are you sure? Because you'd be skipping all of Luke's shit. And the fact that fucking Snoke's dead.
Well, it wouldn't really matter. I mean, you get the explanation of Snoke right out of the box. And then the whole Luke death thing. Alright, he died. I missed it. Would I rather not know what happened with Luke or see Luke sucking titty? It's like
There is nothing
titty.
wrong with that. I don't care.
I tell you what, that flavor of Galaxy's Edge tastes like grass clippings.
No, that's a green one.
What?
You had the green one.
Yeah.
The green one tastes like shit.
Alright. So, we do this all the time because all they make are sequels and reboots and shit.
Yeah.
Let's rank just the Skywalker movies. Right?
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Alright, we're not doing...
Because we'd just be throwing Rogue One in there. That'd be it. Because Solo would be somewhere in there. Who gives a fuck?
Alright. You want to start at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Last Jedi.
Some people love that movie.
Ah, fuck them.
I do not care for it. I'm not a fan of The Last Jedi.
Me neither. No one I know is.
I don't know if people wanted something new, but the thing about it is this franchise, everyone okay, look at the prequels. 3 movies. We all knew how it was going to end up. We knew who was going to die. We knew what was going to happen to Anakin.
That's
we
because
knew
you know what comes later.
Yeah. Don't change fucking formula. Formula works. Okay. So that was number 9. Number 8.
Bad mess.
Attack of the Clones.
Fuck. Yoda Dooku fight. I don't give a shit. That's better than the fucking
No.
Darth Maul fight.
No.
You want to talk about wasted fucking characters, by the way.
Dooku? Dooku was in a movie.
Not Dooku. I'm talking about fucking Darth Maul.
You weren't there when that movie came out. His fucking face was on every piece of merchandise.
I know. It's kind of like fucking Captain Phasma. How she was on fucking everything, and
She wasn't even in this movie. I'm like...
They kept her dead.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because I think even JJ was like, do we really want to do this shit again? Like...
Fuck. Yeah, See, everybody's seen it, and they thought, oh, Darth Maul, he's going to be the Vader of this entire series. And he looks badass. And he's got that dual-bladed lightsaber. It's like, holy fuck, look at this. This is going to be fantastic. And then we got to sit through, all right, trade negotiations. Oh, fucking pod race, nice. All right, we're at the Senate. I'm like, holy shit, look at this fucking lightsaber fight. Fuck. Oh, fuck, Kylo Ren's dead. Fuck.
Oh, you mean
It's
not
gonna
Kylo,
fucking-
Darth Maul?
Oh, no, Qui-Gon Jinn. Those names are close.
Oh.
And Darth Maul is dead, but he came back.
You want to talk about fucking wasted character.
Darth Maul?
You won't yeah, exactly. You won't complain about fucking wasted character in these movies. Yet. Then again, Luke was also a very wasted fucking character.
Yeah.
I mean, he did shit in this one. He did some shit in the last one, but still.
He did more than this one.
Yeah. I wish he would have actually. He should have fucking died. And, I don't know. But anyway, next.
You're next.
Next would probably be clones for me.
Famines.
Okay. Next.
You keep asking me next.
I'm gonna fucking. This is one where you might get pissed at me.
What?
Force Awakens.
That's fair.
That's your next one?
No.
Okay, what's your next one?
Rise Skywalker.
Okay. My next is Rise Skywalker.
Yeah. I can't pick, so I'm going to put Force Awakens ahead just because.
No.
It didn't have the baggage. It's set. Everything it's set up. I like the concept of it setting it up. I'm like, okay, this is going to be cool. This is going to be a great ride. I think that's my problem with this trilogies. I go into Force Awakens. I know it's a fucking. It feels like a remake. I don't give a fuck. Feels like fucking Star Wars. I'm in. Han Solo, yeah, he's dead, but he's doing the Obi-Wan Kenobi role. I'm like, alright, I'm set. Rey's gonna go Luke, become a Jedi. They're gonna go kick ass. Luke's probably gonna die. Okay, he's probably gonna die, go out cool.
Yeah, I expected
instead of dying sink cross like on a fucking rock. I'm like, this is gonna be great. I love it. I had great feelings coming out of that movie. And then we know what happened, so.
Yeah. So let's see. Next would be Sith. For me.
Oh fuck, I forgot about Sith.
And some people would probably disagree with that, but I put Sith on a high horse.
Actually, let me put Sith where Force Awakens is.
You want to put Sith under Force Awakens?
Yes. I like Sith. Last time I watched it, though, I'm like, I don't know. Force Awakens edges it out. I'd say edges it out. I like Sith better than Rise Skywalker.
So Force Awakens is where I put Sith?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the same reasons I just said.
This is where you're going to get pissed. Because I know what your next three are going to be.
Everybody knows what my next three are going to be.
Star Wars.
You're putting that three?
Putting that three.
That's a popular opinion now. There are a lot of people that they really like Jedi. I assume Jedi is going to be number 2.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that think Jedi's the best one.
I'm
not one of them.
I don't think it's the best one, but rewatching it recently,
because Jedi's at my number 3, even though Jedi, when that movie came out, was a huge part of my childhood.
Just my thing with Jedi is it has a bigger impact than the first one for me. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Because the first one is kind of where Force Awakens was like, where it set everything up.
Yeah.
And then Empire and Jedi were the impact of that.
Yeah.
And I like that. Which is why I have Jedi above it.
Yeah. I put Jedi in at number 3.
And then, obviously, I've already said a Jedi.
You got Jedi at 2. My number 2 is Star Wars. I don't call it A New Hope. That's bullshit.
And then number 1's obvious.
Yeah, it's got to be Empire. I mean, the thing about Star Wars is nobody knew there were going to be sequels when it came out. I mean, when I was old enough to know, I knew there were sequels. But nobody knew they were coming. And people flocked to it. I mean, and then Empire, it's fucking Empire. I mean, there's this dueling contest of my favorite films between that and Raiders of the Lost Ark. It depends on what mood I'm in.
I need to watch Empire again.
I just watched it.
Yeah, I know.
It's wonderful. That was the thing. I prepped watching. I started watching these, and I got through Jedi. And at that point, I'm like, fuck it. I won't watch new ones. I didn't watch any of the new ones. Anything at Disney, but I haven't watched it except Rise of Skywalker. So I don't know, but it's like I told you. The original trilogy is the Old Testament. The prequel trilogies, the New Testament, and the sequel trilogy, it's Dianetics. It's a fucking mess. It's a train wreck. It is. I mean, as a trilogy, it's a fucking train wreck.
See,
The individual movies, taken just individual, are, you know, you got two good ones and a mediocre one in the middle. But
mediocre is very light.
But taking it as one whole story, it's fucking train wreck.
It was one whole story. It's consistent. It's got completely different tones to it, though. Like, because JJ has these two tones that, like, go with each other. Then there's Ryan Johnson's fucking...
Seeing with Star Wars, I mean, each movie, you know, you had the first movie, which feels like a fantasy tale. Then you've got the dark middle section. Then they lightened it up in Jedi.
That's my thing. I felt like...
Which, by the way, wicked.
And that was my thing.
Just for a short cameo.
In these ones, the first one's kind of lighter. The middle one's a fuck. And then the last one seemed darker. Like, Rise of Skywalker felt a lot darker.
It's gotta be darker when the Emperor shows up, and the whole movie's about Sith. Now, question. Where did he get all this crew?
Fuck if I know.
And then he's got this whole amphitheater full of folks in robes, so... I don't know. But the Skywalker saga is over. This is the final chapter. What the fuck ever.
Nah, I think it's it. I think they're going to keep making Star Wars movies, but I don't think they're going to touch the Skywalker saga. You want to know why? There's less fans to piss off if you don't touch the Skywalker saga.
I think we are going to get Rey training Baby Yoda.
No.
You heard it here first.
No. That'd be fucking dumb, and I wouldn't watch it. That would be fucking stupid.
I will watch that.
That would be fucking stupid.
Of course, I don't know how Yoda would hold up. Well, he's been hanging out.
Don't be a pussy, Favreau. Kill him.
They're not gonna kill Baby
Fucking
Yoda.
do it. Don't be a bitch.
The Mandalorian's gonna sacrifice himself for Baby Yoda. That's what's going to happen. Fucking kill him. Guaranteed.
Okay, so...
I need to watch this week's episode because Gus Fring's in it. He finally shows up. 2 episodes left.
So what you're going to tell me is the Mandalorian's going to sacrifice himself, and then Baby Yoda's just going to be by himself for like 30 years.
No, someone's going to have him. I don't know who. Fucking kill him.
You want to really impress me?
What?
Just fucking have his planet get fucking destroyed.
Whose planet?
Just have him on a fucking planet and have the fucking planet get fucking destroyed.
With what?
Anything and everything.
Could you imagine if...
There's a fucking fleet of Star Destroyers being built out in the system somewhere.
Could you imagine if last episode of Mandalorian, it ends with, hey, we built another fucking Death Star. All right, rate this fucker. Out of 5, because you're going to ask.
So it's out of 5 stars.
Out of 5 stars.
You're going to give it a fucking 2 because you're a fuck. But 3.5.
That's why I give it 3.5.
Okay. Fair.
Like, you're going to give it 2 because you're a fuck. No. 3.5. I enjoyed it. It just had there's too much shit in there. I know you disagree, but...
I never felt it was too full.
Which I think is funny that we came up with the same score, even though I enjoyed it. And fan service, fuck. Yeah, and that's why I felt at this point. I'm like, fuck it, just throw everything in there. Which they did. Everything's in there. You get the holy trinity of Star Wars characters. You get a nice James Earl Jones Vader voice cameo. I mean... what more do you want? But this is the final chapter.
I don't think they're going to touch Skywalker. They're going to make more movies. But I don't think they're going to touch it because you have less fans to piss off if you don't touch it.
I think they need to take a 3 to 5 year break from movies.
Well, yeah.
Which would work because you got Mandalorian now. You got the Obi-Wan series coming out. Mandalorian Season 2 is already in production. And who gives a fuck about Cassian Andor?
No one does.
I want to watch a show about a guy that was in one movie that got annihilated in an explosion.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time.
You know what I want to show about? I want to show about the life of Alderaan. And then it ends with a gang fucking destroyed.
You know, instead of Cassian Andor, I would literally take a Dengar show. Fucking Dengar.
I want a family, you know how, like a Full House-esque.
Yeah, with
Show-
Dengar.
No, a full
Dengar has a family. He gets home. He's like, oh, fuck. Goddamn Vader dragged us all in a goddamn Star Destroyer to talk to us about, oh, I want the Millennium Falcon. Ah. Then fucking Boba Fett took my fucking heat. I don't know how we're going to eat this week, honey.
I want to show about just a family on Alderaan and then it gets fucking destroyed.
Jesus.
So I want, literally it's Full House, but then it gets fucking destroyed at the end. It's just boom. It happens out of nowhere. Just into the last episode, just everything's going normally, and then all of a sudden,
I want to know
the end.
I want to know how Palpatine built all these Star Destroyers without people being like,
well, nobody knew where the fucking planet was.
man, there's a lot of metal disappearing.
No one knew where the fucking planet was.
I don't know. All right. That's it. We're done. We will never talk about Star Wars ever
It's
again.
not Star Wars. It's the Skywalker saga.
No, Star Wars is dead.
I never said that. They never said that.
It's over.
They only said the Skywalker saga.
But come visit Galaxy's Edge in Orlando and California.
Don't be one of the dumb fucks that's probably gonna take it like that.
What?
Oh, Star Wars is over. No, it's fine.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They're gonna keep making a Star Wars story.
I think there'll be another Skywalker movie.
They're not gonna touch it. You know why?
Why?
Because it's less fans to piss off.
Skywalker's going to show up in a TV show.
They can show up, but it's not gonna be a Skywalker movie.
There's going to be this creepy old man in the desert watching this little boy play.
That's good.
Happy holidays!